I am live. All right, there we go. It always takes a moment for my system to catch up there and say, "Yeah, I agree, you're live." So if I'm staring there with a big goofy grin on my face, uh, well, that's actually it's normal. So, and my chair is creaking. You might be able to hear that. Again, trying a couple of other different things so I don't have to have a mic right in front of my face, but crank the gain up. If it's a little too creaky and you guys can wind up hearing that, let me know. All right, today on Hot Wheels and a Dork. Um, my wife was like, I can't believe that's a thing, and I can't believe you're doing that, and people are actually watching it. Well, they are. And this is Hot Wheels in a Dork is exclusive to the 24/7 WPL YouTube channel. You can see sort of the logo back here behind me. We also have another internet radio station that streams out of this space called 216 The Net. There's a couple of guys that are involved in that one. I handle 24/7 WPL and Hot Wheels and a Dork. And actually, as you can see by the title, I've got a 1977 Baja Breaker. It's a van. I'm not technically opening it because this is one, again, like the Sidekick I've had for ever and ever and ever and ever. And this is a 1970. It's actually still, and you can see how I kind of keep these. Now they're wrapped in tissue paper. Tissue. This is actually a coffee filter. So if you're looking for another use for your coffee filters, and they're super cheap, you can buy a hundred of them and 100 coffee filters or more, and you can wrap your open Hot Wheels that you want to preserve a little bit because the paint is already this Baja. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and open it. How about that? We'll just jump right into opening this because I'm gonna get another filter and just redo that. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna open it up here. Rip this out. Ah, it's like oh, almost like Christmas or birthday, right? Yeah, not really. I know, but here it is, folks. You can see it's in, for being again as old as it is, it's in pretty good shape. It does not have the decals, the Baja Breaker decals anymore. Paint mostly there. You can see where it's worn on the sides, and interior's still pretty good. You can see that the windows are super fogged up. I can kind of see through the light there on the other side, but you can't really see in there anymore. This, of course, the rear moon, the sunroof or whatever you want to call that, still collects a little light. Uh, I mean, the green paint overall is not bad, and I know this is not didn't doesn't it's not the red line series again. This is 1977, and I've had it at least that long. Um, I I was a kid when I was probably 12, 11 or 12 when I got this. So it's long, and I'm well into my 50s. So this car is probably about, what does that make this car, 10 or 11 years younger than me? So it's probably right around 42, 43, something like that. So um yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it still has the hood is here. You can see it's got that wheel kind of hanging there. This is actually it still rolls pretty well, not too bad. You can see how it has the the guards here. I guess those were supposed to keep dirt out. I didn't really. There were some cars that I got in the dirt, and we used to dig up little villages and such in the dirt and roads and stuff. Some cars went there, not a lot. My car, as you guys know, I hated opening cars. The ones that did get open and played with were really because my dad made me open them, or he even gave them to me open in some cases. This one actually, the hood still works. If you lift it up, hood still works. Lift that up, and you can kind of see the oh man. I don't have, let's get a little extra light here, shall we? You can see the engine, still good paint in there on that. That's pretty cool, and this does still latch, so it latches and stays down. That's cool. Again, wheels are, eh, they're not terribly bent. It still rolls pretty well, but it general. I mean, these live. the ones that I have that are open live in wrapped up tissue paper. Just like, in fact, that is exactly where the sidekick that I showed you guys earlier this week has gone. So they're right back, and I'm gonna flip that light back up a little bit here, so I don't look like I'm in a fog. But again, interior is actually looking pretty good on this. Again, just it's the decal. You can see where the yellow decal used to be on here, even down there a little bit. Decals, I mean, this was used, played with, and went down tracks. This one never went in the dirt, but again, now it lives in tissue paper. So I'll wrap that back up. Now, as I said, actual box opening ones, I'm not doing my really old ones. You guys know, it was funny that not even one of my sons, my middle son, said, you've had those for so long. Why would you open them now? And I thought, well, just because it seems like a fun thing to do here on YouTube. So many guys are doing this, and this is just a few minutes long each time, and exclusive to our YouTube content here for 24/7 WPL. And the cool thing, that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, I'm going to open this one. This is one I found. I just thought it was cool. It reminded me of an old Chevy wagon we used to have when I was a kid. This is a '70 Chevrolet SS. Uh, what is and Chevy SS wagon. When I was a kid, we had a big blue one, and we called it the Batmobile because it had that Chevy front end, and it just that's what we called it. It was dark blue, and we'd always climb in the back, and the window would go. You could roll the window down. There was a crank handle in the back on that. You could roll that window down, and we'd fight over who got to sit way in the back. My friends and I would ride back there. I mean, this is long. I mean, 1970, but we had a big blue one. So it wasn't green. It didn't have all the cool decals that this has on it. But as you guys know, I'm getting accustomed to opening new things. Anyway, this was one that just got off the shelf. And again, the card's already gooked up. It was found that way. Like a lot of cards, it seems people just kind of crap them up. I tell you, I go through these stores and there is stuff strewn everywhere. It drives me up a wall. If you're going to look at the cars and such, no matter what it is, I mean, have a little common decency. Put it back on the rack, back on the little hanger, or back in the bin. Don't just throw stuff on the shelf or throw stuff on the floor. There were cars all over the floor at this particular. I think, yeah, this was at a Walmart that I got this at. I don't go in Walmarts too often, but it was just the toy aisle was like a tornado came through. It was a mess. And I mean, do you treat your own stuff? I mean, if you're going to buy it, why would you treat it that way? Anyway, rant over. I'm going to go ahead and open this. And as you guys know, I see a lot of people struggle with opening these out of the pack. Even I do every once in a while. But I did learn long ago, this little spot here is not glued for a reason. That's where you grab it, pinch it, and just plop it right on out there and open it up, and away you go. And so here we have the brand new Chevy SS wagon, 1970 Chevy SS wagon. So again, a little nostalgia from my childhood because we had a Chevy wagon, and again, we would ride in the back, jump in the back seat there. And I don't know if you can actually see too much. I'm going to pull that light down on this again. But you can kind of see in there a little bit. See if we can. There we go. There. See everything that they've got back in the back. There, they got the seats. These have a lot of details nowadays, which is kind of cool, And the decals on it are pretty cool. Our 1970 Chevy wagon was not this cool, but it is pretty cool that you can kind of see. Let's see if I can get that in the right light again there. But you can kind of see what's in that back window there and the stuff. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that light back up because it's just arguing with the camera so much. Anyway, we've got the brand new 1970 opened out of the box Chevelle SS wagon, and we've got the 1977 Baja Breaker van. that is, of course, it's seen better days. Poor Wheels. It's just so sad to see them falling like that. It still actually rolls pretty well, though. Rolls across the table, not too bad. And everything is still intact. There's actually a little bit of scratching on the windshield, but there's no cracks. And the rear wind, that one's still, the sunroof is still in place and the side windows are still in place, but you can't see through them like you could long ago. They're just gotten so foggy. But anyway, just really cool, and this is just fun. And I know I am a dork, but that's okay because there are hundreds and thousands, or maybe 100. I don't know. There's a lot of other people on YouTube and Facebook, even, I've discovered, and even on LinkedIn, the professional LinkedIn site. There are people who dig the Hot Wheels, and it's just cool to see. So it's fun to share a little bit of childhood nostalgia. Thanks for hanging in there. Please give us a like and a subscribe if you are so inclined. We have a lot more. Our YouTube channel is still brand new. I don't think we're even 2 weeks old yet on this, and but we actually have quite a long. People seem to hang in. We've got, I don't know, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 and some odd minutes already of view time. So that's really cool. There's other stuff on here you can see. We do other things, but hang in each week for. Hot Wheels and Dork, where I'll show something old that I've got and we'll open a brand new one. So we'll just keep opening brand new ones. And this will probably go somewhere in the studio on a table, and it can just live here. That's fine. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. If again you want to sponsor Hot Wheels and a Dork, that's great. If you'd like to send a Hot Wheel in for me to open, that's great. Shoot a note to 247wpl@gmail.com. I won't be sending them back. If you send them in, they're in. This is where they're going to live. But we'll be happy to open them. If you've got something you want opened on Hot Wheels and a Dork, that's great. We'll do that. I'll do that, and we'll just have some fun. 247wpl@gmail.com. I'll put that down in a little description box below. Thanks for hanging in there. It's been a wonderful 12 and a half minutes. We'll catch y'all. We'll do 2 of these a week. So we'll catch y'all next week. Take care.